Hello, I'm Casey Aiken. Welcome to Getting There, Assessing the Region's Transportation Needs, an AMTV transportation special. For the next hour, we'll explore the relationship between transportation policy, economic growth, and the quality of life here in Montgomery County. But first, why is it that the simple act of commuting to work or running the daily errands essential to our lives has grown so complicated and frustrating? We sought out the opinions of ordinary Montgomery County residents.
Montgomery County's population is nearing 1 million, and it is expected to accommodate an additional 200,000 more residents in the next 20 years.
We're popular for businesses, we're popular for people, and we have grown enormously over the years, but we haven't grown our transportation system commensurate with the growth that we've experienced. As a result, we're part of a region that has, according to the Texas Transportation Institute, second worst congestion in the United States.
I've been in Montgomery County for about 15 years, so the traffic has definitely grown. And then you have the new FDA over in Silver Spring, that White Oak area. That's bringing tens of thousands of more people there. Then you have homes being built, townhouse communities, all kinds of things that are bringing people into the county.
If I have an appointment and I have to come south, it has to be after 10:30 or 11 in the morning. It's such a nightmare to come down 270 in the morning.
Rockville Pike is terrible, I can tell you. Rockville Pike is very bad. Connecticut Avenue also is bad. Wisconsin Avenue is also bad. And I have family in D.C. as well, so I'm hitting it regardless of which direction I travel.
With projected increase of population and employment, what does the future hold for the already congested Montgomery County commuter, who even now during non-rush hour has to deal with severe traffic and inadequate road capacity?
It costs us all time and money that we shouldn't have to be spending to get from point A to point B. But unfortunately, we have not done a very good job of keeping our transportation system up to speed with our growth in our region.
The Inter-County Connector is expected to reduce the current ongoing conflict between neighborhood traffic and cross-county truck and commuter travel, but there will be a fee.
Transportation is tough. One of the real problems is that it is so very expensive to address. And right now, of course, every local government and state government is scrambling for money.
The ICC hopes to enable the safe and efficient travel of about 85,000 vehicles while reducing travel times drastically for many commuters. But most of them say they don't plan on using it because of the high toll, meaning there may not be much traffic relief.
If there's a fee involved, then people don't have any incentive to keep going the way you've been going. If you're already used to the 2-hour, extra add-on or hour extra add-on, where's the incentive? Why would you pay, that's your Starbucks money or your cable money? I mean, why would you do that?
I think it's ridiculous. I mean, don't they realize we're in a recession or what's the story here? I mean, people are struggling now to make ends meet, and to add this on top of everything else is ridiculous. One of the highest tolls there is, so I understand as well.
Our first guest this evening is President of the Montgomery County Council, Nancy Florine. Prior to her election as an at-large member to the Montgomery County Council in 2002, Ms. Florine served as a board member on the Montgomery County Planning Board from 1986 to 1994. She's in her second term on the County Council. She chairs the Transportation and Environment Committee, is a member of the Planning, Housing, and Economic Development Committee, and was selected by her colleagues to serve as president for the current legislative year. Welcome, Ms. Florine.
Thanks for having me.
Transportation is an integral part of life for both businesses and residents. The subject of our show this evening is assessing the region's transportation needs. What is the relationship between transportation, economic growth, and quality of life here in Montgomery County?
Everything. Frankly, you know, since I've been on the council and since before that, I've really been in the trenches fighting to implement our master plans that called for transportation improvements. And we understand that the mobility of our residents is critical to the success of our county, both as a place to live and as a place to invest and grow business, and to create the tax base for us to continue to be a great place to live, work, and play.
Well, how does the council implement that policy and promote that growth, and how do they afford it?
Well, there are many parts to your question. Right now, we are poised to approve a new sector plan for White Flint, and we're going to be looking at a new master plan for the Gaithersburg West region up with a very significant player in Johns Hopkins. And the goal is really for the council to support master plan improvements that will support those kinds of visions for Montgomery County. We have a general plan for the county. It has many parts of supporting infrastructure in that general plan. It's a 40-year-old plan. And our job is to continue to advance the objectives of those plans and to support the infrastructure that was anticipated in those plans to support the overall vision of Montgomery County.
But what do you think would be the next best initiative that the county council should propose and work on in the short term?
In terms of transportation?
In terms of transportation.
Well, I think we need to support an economic environment that will generate the revenues that we need both to support our investment in infrastructure and our investment in the other parts of Montgomery County that make us such a great place to live. So that means expanding our tax base so we can spread the burden across a larger collection of residents and businesses and continue to prosper, which we're hopefully going to do.
Well, that'll be the next topic in our next conversation when you come back. I want to thank you for being here this evening. When we come back from this short break, we will be joined by a transportation expert from neighboring Virginia for a somewhat different perspective on the regional transportation question. All that and more when getting there, assessing the region's transportation needs continues. Thank you again for your time. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
I have no problem really getting back on 270 towards Virginia, but going out towards Frederick is parking lot most of the time. The only thing that's going to help with traffic is carpooling. Honestly, no matter how many roads we build, people are going to fill it.